Welcome to the Denver Sports Betting Show, UFC edition. This segment is brought to you by CD's Wings. We finally got a UFC card at a normal time, so go through, get your CD's Wings. Their flavor of the month is balsamic chicken rub. I have never had it, but it sounds amazing. I know I'm going to get some before the month ends. And boys, we have UFC Noche.
Love it, man. I'm excited.
I can't wait. They loaded up UFC Noche with a bunch of South Americans, so I don't know how Noche that is, but we'll take it because I think this is one of the fight cards of the year. We'll see how it turns out. Fight card last week was crazy, but this week is setting up to be great as well. Let's start right at the bottom. We have Kelvin Gastelum versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Taylor, who you like in this one?
So, I mean, I'm going to pick Kelvin Gastelum, but I'm definitely not betting this fight at all.
Okay. Ryan, what's your thoughts?
We got to go Kevin. We got similar builds, so I like that.
Yes.
But no, I'm not. I'm honestly not picking either one. I'm taking the over or to go the distance in this.
Okay, yeah, Kelvin Gastelum does have a blockhead. Who do you like, Hagen?
Yeah, I think Gastelum will win, but I wouldn't bet on this one either. Two old guys, going at it. And,
Yeah, it's a tough one, but Taylor, what's your thoughts? How come you like Kelvin Gastelum?
He should be better. He should win this fight. He has a bunch of talent. He just doesn't use it, and he's super inconsistent. Sean Brady out-wrestled him. In theory, Kelvin Gastelum should have way better wrestler. He's one of the bigger question marks just in the division in my mind. But again, he should win it, but it's just too much of a question mark for me to bet on him.
Yeah, I don't really trust him. He seems to me like somebody who hasn't really taken his profession very seriously. To consistently be above weight, I think he's, always fought his whole career above weight, never really rose to the top. He did fight for a title at one time, so
Almost took out Asanya.
He did. I mean, so there's something to be said there, but I think he has lost a step in his older years. But Ryan, how come you like Kelvin Gastelum?
He's just durable, man. He's just durable. Like, it's going to go to decision. That's where I feel like that, to go the distance. That's why I like that bet. But he's just durable. Like you said, he's not going to get knocked out. Watch now he gets knocked out. But no, he's just durable. And I don't see either one of these guys getting dropped or submission or anything like that.
Okay. Egan, how come Kelvin Gastelum wins?
He's fought some legends, He's got a lot of experience. I mean, Dustin, he's been fighting for about 5-6 years, but he hasn't fought, fighters like Gastelum has. So no. I think, definitely it's going to go the distance for sure.
Yes, I think that is the best bet. But to bet on two aging fighters, like you said, is not a good investment of your money. So moving right along, we have Rafa Garcia versus Jared Gordon. Taylor, who you got in this one?
So my pick to win the fight is Jared Gordon, but my bet on this one is doing the points with Rafa Garcia's at plus 3.5, and that's minus 140 right now.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
Got to go with Primo. Got to go with Garcia.
Let's go.
Last time you went against Garcia.
That's a good pick.
It is. Egan, who you like?
Jared Gordon.
Tell me how you really feel. So, Taylor, you brought it. So tell me why Jared Gordon, but you also said something very interesting. Explain to the people taking the points and how to bet points in a MMA bout.
So if you're taking the underdog at plus 3.5, you're saying that as long as they don't get finished in the fight, they have to lose on the judge's scorecard by less than 4 points. So it's a 3-round fight. Most of the times those fights are 29-28 or something very similar. So I think this is a good fight. I think it does go to decision. And by picking him, I think Jared wins, but there's that chance that Rafa could get the win. And if he wins outright, you still take the bet.
I love it because he would essentially have to have at least one 10-8 round.
Yep.
So you're betting on Rafa Garcia to go out there, put up a good fight, at the very least not get dominated.
Yep, exactly. All he's got to do is win one round.
I love it. Or just not get 10-8'd, right?
Yep.
So, Ryan, what's your thoughts?
I like Garcia.
We know you like Garcia, but do you have a reason for making this pick or just because he's your homie?
His grappling. He's tough and durable. I've seen him fight the Tios, at the Quinceañeras. So too many Modelos. He is really tough. But his grappling I really like here. I'm just gonna go Garcia money line.
Okay. Egan, Jared Gordon. what's your thoughts?
He's a powerful guy, you know. He's fought a lot of good guys, but I wouldn't be surprised if Garcia won. So I think you got a good pick with him. But I think he's durable, you know. He's gonna get it done. So he's I don't know how he's gonna. It might go the distance. So.
Okay, yeah. I mean, there's a couple good grapplers going at it, so who knows? That kind of lengthens out some of those rounds. So we'll have to see on that one. I like Gordon because of the output. You know, you always have to figure output into your betting strategies, because if somebody doesn't get knocked out, what is going to resonate the most with the judges? And that's output. And I think Jared Gordon takes it there. Moving right along to a fight that was recently put on the card, Rob Font versus David Martinez. This one just got added, boys. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, so I think this is lucky for Rob Font because his former opponent, he was going to get waxed by. So, I mean, I like Rob Font here. His age scares me, so the bet is over 2.5 on this one.
Okay. Ryan, what's your thoughts?
We're going Martinez, so I like that plus money here.
Okay. Agan, who you like in this one?
I'm going Martinez as well.
Wow, no love for Rob Font. You said he was going to get dominated. Who was his last opponent supposed to be?
The Raul Ruiz guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
I just wanted somebody to say that. That's all we need to know. I just wanted somebody to say that. But how come you're going Martinez?
Well, I think, I think Font can win this fight. The bet is over 2.5, though. But because Rob Font is not going to get finished here, Martinez did take it on short notice. So if it goes longer, I think Rob Font has the chance there. But man, he's 38 years old and he doesn't really have takedown defense. So it worries me a little bit. But I definitely think it goes over 2.5.
Okay, Ryan, what's your thoughts?
So this opened at plus 180 for Martinez, and I think the sharps jumped on it and got it down to 124. So that's encouraging. But I just feel like his takedown defense can counter kind of what Font can do. But yeah, this is going to be close. But I do love that plus money, and like I said, I like that trend of a dropping from that plus 180 to 124.
Okay, so you saw the line movement, and that's what you like. Again, this one is just a really tough pick. Not really sure I could make a selection, but how come you're going Martinez?
He had a big win, his first fight in the UFC, so I think this is gonna be big for him. I don't really want to bet against Font, but the age difference and everything, and I think Martinez, he's gonna, even though Font has a reach advantage, he's gonna be able to keep that distance to get the win.
So everybody here pretty much watches all the fights every single weekend. We remember the last Noche that they had at the Sphere. Do you think any of these fighters are going to fight any harder? And should we base our UFC selections based on that?
No, they did it in San Antonio. Like, what a letdown from the last year.
San Antonio is a great American city. I don't know, Ryan, what's your thoughts? Are any of these Mexican fighters going to go out and put on?
I don't think it's going to make a difference. Like, it's not a big stage. Like,
there's a lot of Mexicans in San Antonio.
I'm saying it should be in Mexico.
Like Charles Barkley said about the women out there, too. You know.
I don't know, but I will be Googling that. But, okay, the reason I bring that up is because he is our last Mexican fighter on the card before we get to the main event. 2 Brazilians on UFC Noche. They speak Portuguese, so I don't really get that. But either way, it's going to be a great scrap. Diego Lopes versus John Silva. Taylor, who you got in the main event?
I'm going Silva.
I changed my mind. I'm going Silva.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Lopez.
Okay. Agan, that's why I love you. You go always on the opposite, and you're right a lot of times. But Taylor, give me your reason why you like Silva.
Man, this is a fighting nerd's last hope. He has to win. He has to win after Paris. But no, I just think he's a powerful and very creative striker. His takedown defense is still a little untested. He did defend 13 takedowns against Bryce Mitchell, but he was punishing Bryce Mitchell every time he came in, so those takedowns got sloppy as the time progressed. Diego Lopes is super technical early in the fight and then seems to fade, and I just don't think that's going to help him much with Silva, and I think he goes and takes it. I think similar things with Diego Lopes. You have Caio, who's the full-time coach. We saw what happened with him in Paris. Diego Lopes is a full-time coach. I just don't think the hunger and will is there compared to Gene Silva.
I love it. I couldn't agree with you more. Ryan, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, Silva is just an amazing striker. So, and just one thing I've always noticed with Lopes, man, he's very hittable. Hasn't been knocked down, but man, he's taken some hits. He's got a crazy chin, but I don't know if you want to test that against Silva. So I don't like that for him. I think he's going to control the pace as well too, Silva. So yeah, that's why I had to change it, just because Lopes is way too hittable.
I agree. Agan, you're the only one to go Lopes. What's your thoughts?
I mean, honestly, I'm scared for Lopes. I like the plus money, you know, but you guys gave some good input on it, but man, I like the plus money. I think he's going to be able to get it done. He's been training a lot, you know, trying to improve his wrestling and everything. I know Silva defended a lot of takedowns against Mitchell, but Lopes is a different guy, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I mean, we can just remember recently, April 12th, he fought Volkanovski, and I thought he put up a really, really great fight against Volkanovski.
He almost had him early.
I know. So does any of that success carry into this fight? What's your thoughts?
I mean, I think Volk is probably easier to chin at this point than Gene Silva is. Yeah. So I don't think that power necessarily affects Silva the way it did. But as you saw with that fight, he almost got him early, and then his technical ability just continued to go down, and he continued to not do as well. And his takedowns could improve. But like Agan said, he's been saying, I forget where, Iowa or Ohio or somewhere, he's been staying out here and training with a lot of American wrestlers. So we'll see if that translates. But, man, I think Silva hurts him in this one.
Couldn't agree more, and I think it's pretty easy. Ryan, what are your thoughts on Lopez's carried over success from his last title fight? Because like I said, I think it was a success. He obviously lost, but that shows that he can hang with that top tier guy, and that is Alexander Volkanovski until proven otherwise. So what's your thoughts on facing what some would consider a lesser opponent than his last one?
No, I think that's the hard part for Silva, is because he doesn't have that pedigree or that resume. So Lopes knows what it feels like to be in that main event. Because you were saying like Silva was like saw his poster and started crying, and like he's usually not like that. So like just different emotions with it and everything, and maybe that hypes him up. But I think that could play a factor of Lopes just been there, done that, knows how it feels. We've seen it with other sports, you know, like
it makes it easier with Lopes.
Yeah.
100% easier, because nothing is going to be as big as what he did last time. He fought for the title, so now he's just fighting for this. So it could be an advantage for him, but I think Silva, man, he's going to bark his way to a title shot real quick.
Like you said, he has to. The fighting nerds, that's going to be,
bro, if they don't,
that's going to be a quiet gym.
Yeah, they got to take this one. They need one.
They will. They had a rough weekend last week, but I think Silva gets it done very easily. But right now, we have our parlay we put together for UFC Noche. This parlay is brought to you by Assured Roofing, family-owned, veteran-operated, locally here in Colorado since 1997. Ryan, you have it all together. You tallied up our parlay picks. We each contributed one. What do we end up with?
All right, so we got Silva at minus 225. I won't do the odds because you can find your own odds to find the best odds. But Hernandez, Luna, Martinez, we got a plus 900. Like I said, shop your lines. Might find something better, but that's what we have. Silva, Hernandez, Luna, Martinez, plus 900. We put a 50 on it because, you know, who knows what we're going to do with this money if we win. We've kind of discussed it. We can't talk about it on Fox, but, you know.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to call Assured Roofing at 303-646-9300. Don't go anywhere because we have more UFC news and more fights to talk about. We'll be right back.